So we'll just all take a stand at the back edge of your mat, shoulders back, abdominals engaged. We'll start with some deep breathing. So just finding the spot at the back edge of your mat with your feet about shoulder hip distance apart. I'm going to start with some easy shoulder rolls. You can roll through the wrists and forearms, flexion, extension, hands and fingers here if you'd like. And then when you're ready, go ahead and settle in. Let's find the balance between the toes and the heels. Standing tall. You can also kind of rock between the outside and inside of the foot, finding that balance. The knees are a little bit soft. The abdominals are engaged. We want to think about this strong abdominal connection. Now, something else I want you guys to also think about is the pelvic floor. So I want you to think about drawing up and supporting from your pelvic floor, keeping this really strong internal connection. We're going to lift out of the top of our head, creating space through our vertebra. Shoulder blades are back and down. We're just going to stand here for a couple of breath cycles. Hands are easy by your side. Think about projecting your heart forward. Thinking about a strong, full inhale, the rib cage expands. And a strong, full exhale, the rib cage contracts. One more breath cycle here, standing tall, standing quiet. And on your next inhale, we'll sweep the arms up, lifting tall. I'm going to add a little arch. Lift the heart, reach the hands up and slightly back. I'm going to press the hands open as I hinge forward. I'm just going to stop about halfway, hands on my thighs or just above my knees, and I'm going to take a little sink and lift. So just sinking the hips and lift. Warming up the hips and glutes just a little bit. Now from here, lift the tailbone and take the top of your head toward the floor. I'm going to relax my neck and just reach my hands down to set my fingertips or knuckles on the floor. You can pedal through the legs here. Pop one knee, straighten the other. Stretching down the back of this leg, hips, glutes, hamstrings. I'm going to let the head relax forward. Shake the head no. Let's settle both heels in. And see if we can bring our belly just a bit closer to our thighs, keeping that strong abdominal connection, strong pelvic floor. We're going to soften the knees, slide the hands up, and unfold, scooping the belly, drawing this up, one vertebra at a time. At the top, ears stack over the shoulders, over the hips. We're going to take that big inhale. Arms are going to sweep up, lifting the heart, big reach. Press the hands open as we hinge forward. Think about a swan dive here. And we're going to go ahead and take the hands all the way to the floor, fingertips, knuckles, or palms. So just depending on how that flexibility is treating you right now. Let the head relax forward. And I'm going to separate my feet slightly, so just slightly wider than hip distance apart. And we want these nice long straight legs. I'm going to bring my hands up to my elbows, taking this forward fold. I'm going to add an easy side to side. Let's bring it back to center. Soften the knees and unfold, releasing the arms as we come up. Stacking one vertebra at a time, and nice and tall at the top. A big inhale, arms up, squeeze those hips forward as we arch it back just a bit. Press the hands open, and we're going to hinge forward. I'm going to stop halfway, float the hands into the small of your back, and open the shoulders. We're going to continue that forward fold, and at the bottom, interlace your fingers and lift. You can lower and lift and kind of twist and move. Anything you might need here for the shoulders and the chest. You can continue to pedal through those legs.
And I'm going to take a really big press, straight legs, straight arms, knuckles up, and then rest the hands in the small of your back. Soften your knees, unfold with control, drawing the belly button in, and coming to stack nice and tall. Hands are easy by your side. Let's give ourselves one nice big inhale up and exhale, just to reset. We're going to take a little walk out on our mat, and we're going to go into our downward facing dog, making sure that we're spreading the weight through our fingers. Let's inhale. There's a wall right behind us. We're going to exhale and peel away from the wall. The chin nods down, the belly scoops. The knees can be soft here as we bring this to the floor. We're going to take that little walk into our downward facing dog. So take your time and just kind of situate, get yourself into position. I'm going to pedal through the legs, and I'm going to spread the weight through my hands. Think about pushing your chest in the direction of your feet. Really trying to increase this upper body stretch, a little thoracic, a little bit of shoulder here, anterior deltoids. We're pushing chest in the direction of the feet. Now I'm going to settle both heels down, and we'll double lift and lower. Thinking about that stretch down the back of the leg all the way to your heels, sinking into those heels. Now let's go ahead and press and hold, holding in this down dog. And let's just take a little shift forward into our plank. So take your time, and once you get here, make sure that plank is nice and long, hips are low. We don't want the booty up in the air. We're going to take some scapular protraction and retraction. Think about lowering the rib cage and then pressing the floor away. Keeping that neck really long. Now hold it at the top. I'm going to bend my knees, drive my tailbone back and up into my downward facing dog, adjusting if you need. We're going to move between down dog and plank a few times. So I just want to scoop my belly, round my back, rolling forward into my plank. Hips are low, knees bend, tailbone back and up into your down dog. Scoop the belly, roll forward, and knees bend, drive it back and up. Scoop that belly, coming forward into your plank, and drive it back. Try to keep the knees relatively low. And one more right here, guys. Knees bend, tailbone back and up. And just situate yourself into a down dog. I'm going to open up my feet a little bit and bring my feet just a tiny bit closer. I'm going to take my left hand slightly center. Right arm is just going to reach across for my opposite knee or calf or ankle. Make sure the weight is distributed through that whole hand. Now, replace and switch sides. So making sure that hand is secure, reaching for your knee, your calf, or your ankle. I'm going to look under that opposite arm. Replace that hand, and I'm going just slightly closer to center with this one. So slide the hand down, reaching, twisting, looking under that arm, and back to center. One more time, guys. Twist, reach, look, and back to center. I'm going to separate my hands, and I'm just going to roll forward, knees bend to the floor, and shift back to a little child's pose here. Just take your time, allow yourself to stretch and release. And I'm just going to take my hands, give my wrists a little rotation. Anything you need here to kind of ease up any tension building up in those hands, wrists, or forearms. All right, so let's come out to hands and knees. Some cat-cow. We're going to go back into down dog and get that single leg lower lift. So starting off, let's make sure we're stacking the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees. We're going to take a look ahead, take an inhale, and on the exhale, I'm going to round, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, really round out through the back here. Big inhale, looking out ahead, and I'm tilting my tailbone slightly up here. Inhale, and then exhale, cat stretch. Moving with your breath. And one more, guys. We're going to inhale. And on the exhale, go ahead and start your cat stretch. Turn your toes and then press, continuing up and into your downward facing dog. This time, I'm going to bring my feet a little closer to center. Left heel stays down, right leg is going to extend, lift, and lower. I want to think about that squeeze at the back of the legs, the hips, the glutes, everything working here. Making sure I'm spreading the weight through the hands as well. Lift and lower. Draw that belly to your spine, keeping that strong connection. Now, hold that leg up, bend the knee, and open that hip. I'm going to look under that arm. And I'm just going to twist and pull the knee forward, knee hover, and up. So I'm just bringing the knee to center right now. Little squeeze through those abs, really engaging. Now this time, turn your knee to the side, little Spider-Man. And up, little Spider-Man. One more, guys. And go ahead and bring the foot to the inside, coming down into our pigeon. So just sinking into this stretch. So I turn that foot to the inside, and I want to keep my posture up. I want to think about this length through the neck. Shoulders are down. I'm going to keep the belly button drawn in tight. Now, if your hips are still a little tight and you're up here, try to keep the hips as square as possible. Now, I've gone into my knuckles so that I'm not folding those wrists back as much. Shoulder blades down and back. Thinking about that length. And I'm just going to take this forward into my forearms, taking that reclining pigeon, really trying to settle my weight into this front leg, getting this right hip and glute nice and stretchy. Now this leg isn't just kind of hanging out. I want to think about a little bit of energy flowing out through that foot, keeping this hip flexor somewhat active, stretching, lengthening. And we'll bring this up, just real quick little heel pop before we get out of this position. So I'm just going to bring my left heel toward my bottom. And if you're here, just working on this stretch, opening through the top of your thigh, your quadriceps, you can stay here. But if you're feeling pretty good, think about pulling that heel toward your bottom, getting that nice little stretch. And if you want to progress, I'm just going to tuck my toe into the crook of my elbow. Now you can stay here. You can add a little bind just over the shoulder, or you can reach up and over if your back allows for that flexibility, and take that overhead bind if you'd like. So just thinking about where you are. If you're still out here with the foot in your hand, that is totally okay as well. Now I'm just going to release it with control. I'm going to set that foot down. I'm going to replace my hands to the floor. Spread the weight through your fingers. Inhale, exhale, lift into your down dog. Repositioning, giving those hips a little break if you need that. This time, right foot is down, left leg extends, lower lift. Keep that belly button drawn to your spine. Think about that strong supported pelvic floor as well. I know I don't talk about that a whole lot. That is also part of our core, so we want to be paying attention there as well, totally supported from the inside. Now I'm going to take this foot up, bend the knee, and open this hip. I'm going to take a little look under that arm. Now, shift it forward, knee hover, and drive that foot up. Scoop the belly, knee hover, and up. Now let's turn it to the side for a little Spider-Man. So a little knee hover side and up. Knee side and up. Nice and long, guys. Now, on this one, turn the foot to the inside and take it to your pigeon. Letting that back knee settle in. Trying to keep the hips as square as possible and bringing ourselves upright, lengthening through the top of the head. Working on keeping those hips as square as we can. Now again, keeping this right leg, this back leg extending, a lot of energy, keeping it active, keeping that tall posture, belly button drawn in tight. I'm going to come down into my forearms, taking that reclining pigeon, allowing your weight to settle in, stretching through this hip, through the glutes. Keeping that back leg active and strong. And we're going to bring it up. We're going to pop that back foot in, getting that little quadricep stretch. So pulling that foot in. So if you're here, just work on taking that stretch. And if you need to take a break at any time, feel free. Don't feel like you have to torture yourself through some of this. Pulling that heel in. Feeling that intensity in the top of the thigh. Now this can be pretty intense on the knee as well. So if you need to back off, take that little break. Otherwise, I'm going to tuck it into my big toe into the elbow crook. And I'm going to bring this arm around in front for a little bind. You can also take it up and over if your back flexibility, shoulder flexibility allows. Keeping it tall, shoulders back. And carefully, slowly, releasing that foot back to the floor. I'm going to set these hands down and take a big press up and back. One more time in our downward facing dog. Get this space between my hands. Let's get some pike press push-ups or down dog push-ups. So I'm going to lower the top of the head and press it away. Inhale down, exhale up. Nice and smooth, controlled push-ups. Exhale on the push. 2 more, guys. And hold it here. I'm going to bring my feet back to center. Shift forward to plank. 3 counts down, nice and slow. 3, 2, 1. And just take a easy little swan here. So just coming up onto my elbows, a little more back extension. So I'm going to separate my feet about shoulder hip distance. I want to look out ahead. I want to lengthen through the top of my head. I want to make sure these shoulders are nice and low. We're going to inhale and exhale, take it down. Give yourself just a quick little release, little wag of the tail. We'll get a child's pose here in just a moment, but first let's grab some swans. I'm going to slide my hands back into position. Now you can always keep the hands a little further forward and just come onto the elbow if that's what your back flexibility needs for now. Otherwise, I'm going to slide the hands back a little further. Elbows close to your body. Feet pressing into the top of the feet pressing into the floor. We're going to inhale. And on the exhale, lift it up. Think about pulling the shoulder blades down into your back, lengthening through the head and the neck. Scooping that belly in, keeping the glutes active. We want to support through that low back. We're going to inhale, exhale, lower with control. Give yourself a little wiggle if you need it. We're going to inhale, exhale, peel and lift, coming up nice and tall, shoulder blades down your back, and lower with control. All right, while we're here, we're going to add a little heel pulse. So we're going to take our swan. So let's take a swan, nice and tall, peel it up, and then lower with control. Right heel, I'm going to flex my foot, heel, then point, extend, then lower. Left side, heel, point, extend, and lower. Now just a quick word on that extension. When you lengthen out through that foot, think about hovering your knee off the floor. So it's just a little bit of a lift, really engaging all the way up the leg. So ready? We're going to take a swan. We're going to lift nice and tall, scoop the belly, lower with control, get those glutes active, nice and long through the foot. We're going to take right heel, right point, extend, and lower. Left heel, point, extend, and lower. Swan, scoop the belly, lower with control, right heel, point, extend, and down. Left heel, point, extend, and down. Swan, shoulder blades down and back, and lower. Here we go. Right heel, point, extend, and down. Left heel, point, extend, and down. One more, please. And peeling it up into that swan, nice and long. Scoop that belly, lower with control, and right heel, point, extend, and down. Left heel, point, extend, and down. Press back for a child's pose. Give yourself that nice little release. Take your time. Opening and closing through the hands if you need that. But I'm also feeling a little bit here in my triceps. Those swans, if you're holding those elbows in, it really can target the back of that arm. So I'm just going to take a quick little triceps stretch here. Open, other side. All right, so let's go ahead and kick our feet around, and we are going to grab our hundreds, and we're going to do roll up, and we're also going to do roll over today. So have a little bit of space around you that you can do your roll over, feet over the head. I don't do that one as often, and with the noon group, I kind of have some newer folk there, so I probably want to wait a little while before I put that one on them. But you guys, I know you can do it. So, all right, so we're gonna lay back. We're gonna go into our hundreds. So find plenty of space on your mat. Walk your knees in and give yourself just a little back release. I'm gonna take it a little side to side, little point and flex, ankle rotation if you need that. All right, so I'm going to start my tabletop, knees stacked over the hips. I want to scoop my belly button toward my spine, keeping the strong connection. Lifting into forward flexion. We're going to pulse those arms. We're going to flex on the inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Point and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Flex and inhale. Extend those legs and point. 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. Now adding on, lower 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, and lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift. Long and strong. Zip those thighs. Lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Lower lift. Whole arm pulsing up and hold about halfway. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4. Stay here. Lift up. Knees in. Head down. Take a break. Good flexion, extension, neck rotation, anything you need here to kind of ease up that tension. Let's take the legs out to extension. and I want to zip my thighs together. I want to think about this lower half being really active, kind of hugging onto the mat. I'm going to externally rotate the hips, so my heels are together, toes are off toward the corners of the room. We're going to reach the arms overhead. Now, I want to also think about this rib to hip connection. I don't want to pop those ribs. I want to think about drawing the rib cage down to stitch them to my hips. I also want to make sure I'm not arching this low back more than a natural arch. I want to just kind of keep that little bit of natural and press the belly to the floor. We're going to float these arms back, not so far that the ribs need to lift. Ready? We're going to take a full roll up. We're going to inhale, arms over the chest, exhale, and peel, coming up one vertebra at a time, reaching out in this long forward fold. Sit up tall and lower with control. Try to keep those thighs together, really strong squeeze. I'm going to inhale and exhale, bringing it up, nice long forward fold. Sit up tall and take it down. Squeeze those legs, arms, float back. Inhale, exhale. Try to keep the legs heavy and really anchored to the floor. Reach, sit up tall, and take it down. On your next roll up, we'll add a saw. Let's inhale and exhale. Scoop the belly, flex the feet, reach, and sit up tall. I'm going to open the arms, take one leg out, other leg out, feet are flexed. We're going to twist, saw pinky finger off with your pinky toe, or vice versa. Sit up tall, center, other side, pinky finger, pinky toe, and bring it back. Now one leg in, other leg in, arms together, float it down with control, zip those thighs, arms float back. Inhale, exhale, nice long forward fold, reach, sit up tall. I'm going to open the arms, and you can do one leg at a time or both. Let's twist and reach, sit up tall and center, twist and reach, up and center. We're going to slide those legs in, arms come in, and float it down with control, keeping those thighs active, keeping those legs really strong. Inhale, exhale, peel, coming up, out, and over. Sit up tall, open the legs, take that saw, reach, and up, and center, twist, and reach, up, and center, feet together, arms together, and roll it down. Let's do one more, please. Keeping those legs really strong. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, peel, coming up, out, and over, long forward fold. Sit up tall, open those arms, open the legs, twist, reach, up tall and center, twist and reach, and up and center. Legs together, squeeze, arms together, reach, float it down one vertebra at a time. Arms reach back, and we'll circle it around. Go ahead and reposition yourself on the mat, and if you need to make sure you have a little bit of space around you. Okay, so we are going into our roll over. So we are working on bringing the feet toward the floor behind us. They might get there, they might not. So the first thing I'm going to do is walk my knees into my chest. I want to think about this low back stretch. So the first time we'll come up and over, and we'll just stay there for a moment in a supported position with the hands behind the back. And then as we progress, we'll take those hands away. So if you feel like you just need to keep the hands there, that's okay too. All right, so I'm going to start off reaching those legs up nice and long. I want to think about the stretch in the back of my legs. Now we're going to come up and over. So I'm just going to lift my hips and bring my hands into the small of my back. So I've kind of wedged my shoulders in a position. And once we're here in this inversion, try not to look side to side. Just keep your gaze straight ahead. I'm reaching those feet, leaning them in the direction of the floor. Now I'm going to open my legs about shoulder distance, and then I'm just going to release my hands and then lower with control. So gravity is not your friend on this one. We're going to take this out about 45 degrees. I'm going to point the toes, feet together, and up, over, and reach. Trying to keep the legs long and straight, reaching toward the floor. Open and bringing it down with control. Shoulders try to stay on the floor. Now for me, I prefer to take my arms overhead. We're going to take these legs out to about 45 degrees, point the toes, feet together, up, over, and reach. Feet open, walking it down with control. Scoop the belly, super slow, resisting gravity. Take this out, point the toes, feet together, up and over. Open and take it down with control. All right, so same idea, but this time we're just going to reverse the position of the legs. So I'm going to start with my legs in an open position, point the toes, drive up and over, reaching your feet toward the floor. This time they're probably a little easier to touch the floor. I'm going to bring my feet together, flexed, and walk it down super slow, resisting the pull of gravity. Take it out to 45 degrees, point the toes, open, up, over, reach. Trying to keep the legs long and straight. Feet together, flex, and roll it down. Nice and slow. Let's just get one more like this, please. Point the toes open, up, over, reach. Feet together, flex, walk it down with control. Scoop that belly, and we're going to take this straight into our single leg stretch. Right knee in, left leg out. Inhale, switch, exhale, and inhale, exhale, long and strong. Inhale, exhale, reach through that foot, and exhale. Two more. Inhale, exhale, last time. Inhale and exhale, bring both knees in, head and shoulders down. Take a quick little release. Just giving yourself that back massage, foot flexion extension, neck rotation if you need it. All right, starting off with the knees at the chest. We're going to reach forward for the ankles. We're going to extend both arms and legs, stretch, arms circle, knees float in, and reach and circle, and reach and circle. Really long reach and circle. All right, on your next one, let's add 3 heel crosses. Reach and hold. 3, 2, 1. Knees in. Reach and hold. 3, 2, 1. Knees in. Reach and hold. 3, 2, 1. Knees in. One more, guys. Reach and hold. 3, 2, 1. Knees in. Head down. Take a little break. All right, so coming into our straight legs, both legs are going to reach up really long. I want to think about this line down the back of the legs. So again, hamstrings are getting this nice open stretch. I want to bring myself into forward flexion. Right leg comes in, left leg drops away. I'm going to take a little pull and just get a little stretch here just for a moment. And then I'm going to take a quick switch. Same thing, pause. Now let's go ahead and take that little scissor switch. No pause. Inhale. Exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Long straight leg. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Super strong. 3 and 2. Last one. And pull both knees into the chest and lower with control. Little neck rotation, side to side, whatever you need. All right, so double straight leg stretch. We're going to start off in the modified position, knees stacked over the hips, and the hands come behind the head just to support. I'm going to dip the toes and back to tabletop, and dip and lift, and dip. Now, stay with this or take it up, both heels together, toes turned apart, and we'll inhale down and exhale up, and inhale down and exhale up. Think about a squeeze through the thighs, back of the legs, and inhale down and exhale up, and inhale down and exhale up. Two more. Inhale down and exhale up. Last one, and bring it in and take a little break. All right, last in our ab series is our crisscross. One hand on top of the other, back of the hands against the forehead. Let's bring ourselves into forward flexion. I'm going to keep the right leg and extend the left. We're going to cross shoulder toward knee and switch. And inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. Think about that reach through the foot. Reach. And inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Two more. Inhale, exhale. Last set. And we're going to bring both knees into the chest. Take a quick little break. Neck rotation, anything you need. Hands are going to go right next to your hips. You can tuck them under if you need that little bit of support. Otherwise, the hands are out to your side or palms up in a letter T. Both legs up, zip those thighs, draw a circle on the ceiling, and stop. Inhale in one direction, exhale in the other. Scoop that belly. Inhale, draw the circle, and exhale. Inhale, circle, and exhale. Nice and long, zip those thighs. Inhale, circle, and exhale. Two more. Inhale, circle, exhale, unwind, zip those thighs. Last one, guys. Inhale, circle, exhale, unwind it. Float those knees in. Give yourself a quick little release. And bring yourself up. Let's give ourselves just a quick little stretch here. All right, so we have just a few more minutes. So I want to do this little teaser twist thing to down dog that I've been doing for the last couple of classes. And personally, I think it's kind of fun. I like that, the idea of the movement and just kind of the twisting and ending up somewhere else. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to cross my ankle. So I'm just going to cross my right over my left, and I'm going to lean back. I'm going to find this little balance position, and you can bring it here to a little modified V or extend it up and really squeeze the top of the thighs. Now I'm going to set this down, and I've got my right in front of my left, right over left, excuse me, and I'm open to my left side. So I'm going to take my left hand around behind, and I'm going to twist and lift coming up into my down dog. Now notice I switched my hands a little bit, so just kind of walked it across. Now from here, I'm going to walk my right hand over, and I'm just going to twist and lower to sit. Now my left leg is in front. Lean back, find your balance, extend, set it down. We're going to go to the right. So big twist around, coming up and into that down dog. Take that left hand over and ease yourself down, twisting, and take that little modified or full V, really reach, set it down. Left hand comes around, big twist up and over into your down dog, pushing your chest toward your feet. Walk that left hand over, rotate around, coming down. Here we go, and lift really strong. Set it down, right hand, come up and around, big down dog. Walk that left hand over, bringing yourself around. One more little V sit, just the extension, reach, and bring it down. Woo! Good job, you guys. Let's come over and we're gonna stagger the feet. So I'm just gonna set them up, not quite, not stacked like a mermaid, but staggered like a mermaid. So we're gonna take that little side bend with twist, with spiral. I'm gonna hug, so I've got my right foot out here to the side. I'm gonna take my right hand, hug that ankle, take that left arm and lean, getting that nice little side body stretch. And then I'm gonna take this hand, down to the floor, and I'm just gonna spiral around. I wanna think about bringing my right shoulder in the direction of the floor. Now come up and around, taking that nice little side body stretch. Now this time, both knees are gonna stay on the floor. I'm gonna bring this left hand around behind, and I'm just gonna come up for a little bit of a back bend and reach. So I'm pressing my hips forward, reaching my arm back. I'm gonna take it down and take your mermaid, spiral, twist and reach. Take your mermaid, lean it over, and then reach it back, drive it up. There's our little back bend. Let's get one more. And take that mermaid, spiral, up and over, mermaid, and hand goes back, and take that little back bend, reach it up and back, and bring it down. I'm just gonna shift my feet to the other side. So again, setting up so that your knees can be on the floor for that little back bend. Left hand hugs that left ankle, and we're gonna take our mermaid. Take it down to the floor, a little spiral, reach, bring it up. Here's your mermaid. Now this right hand comes behind, and we're gonna drive those hips forward, reaching back, and bring it down. Let's take that little mermaid, take it down and spiral, reach, up, and mermaid, and take that hand back, drive it into that back bend, big reach back, and bring it down. One more, take that little mermaid, spiral, big twist. Mermaid, hand goes back, drive this up into that back bend, nice long reach, and bring it down. Woo. Let's come over to the ball of our foot. Settle your weight into those heels, just kind of distributing the balance between the width and also that forward backwards, so finding that foot stability, foot and ankle stability. I'm going to bring my hands to my thighs. I want to think about lengthening through the top of the head. I'm going to press to stand, but you can always unfold if you'd like. So I'm just going to press, bring it up. Let's take a big inhale. Arms are going to come up. And exhale, open up. Palms are up, thumbs are back. Let's turn it all the way back. Pressing up slightly. Interlace your fingers and push those knuckles down. You can lift your chin. Think about lifting the heart. And bring this around to the front. I want to scoop my belly, pushing out of that upper back. And one more time, a big inhale and exhale. Everybody, big cleansing breath. Nice inhale and exhale everything. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining me.